Hello and welcome to episode 111 of Raw and Score. This is officially the episode number with the most ones in it so far, which is pretty exciting stuff. I am the Quizzard, and oh man, have I been trying hard to work out what I need to say to ChatGPT to make it write good questions for me. How easy would it be if I could just be like, alright ChatGPT, 20 more please, and it just spat them out. For some reason, if I ask ChatGPT to write an essay on the geopolitical state of the world, it could probably do a half-decent job, but if I ask it to write me 10 trivia questions, it spits out the most deranged nonsense I've ever heard, or just a million repeats of the same 5 questions. Seriously, these AI scientists need to focus more on making my job easier, please. We are scoring out of 35 total points as usual, with 20 single point questions in the question round, a stupidly unbelievably hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Acrostic Answers. In this game, the first letters of a consecutive sequence of answers will spell out something to do with a clue that I give you. For example, if one of the answers was Daniel Radcliffe, the next answer was octopus, and the next answer was green, D-O-G spells dog. That could be the Acrostic Answers answer. The words a, an, or the do not count in this game, and they're not necessarily going to be the first few questions. They could be anywhere, but they will be sequential. They'll be one after the other. If you can work out the answer, you get 5 points. Today, the clue I'm giving you is that we are spelling out the name of a 2003 number 1 hit. So, remember to listen out for a sequence of answers and their first letters to spell out the name of a 2003 number 1 hit in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. Which band had the 2008 song Viva La Vida? Coldplay. Question 2. What is the best-selling style of beer worldwide? Lager, which is a rare, excellent choice by the world. Question 3. What is the capital city of Texas? Feels like it should be Houston to me, but it is Austin. Question 4. In which country does McDonald's serve the Teriyaki McBurger? I mean, as if it's called the Teriyaki McBurger instead of the McTeriyaki, but it is from Japan. Question 5. The P1 podcast revolves around which sport? Formula 1. I think every sport needs a podcast like this. It's so good. Question 6. What is the largest mammal that lives in North America? The bison. It's a bison. If you understand that reference, I am extremely impressed because that is a very, very deep cut. Question 7. In the movie Monsters, Inc., why do the monsters scare children? To harvest their screams for power. I would 100% scare some kids to solve global warming. Who can blame them? Question 8. The ancient Egyptians worshipped which type of beetle? The scarab. They used to mummify animals that they thought were sacred. Do you reckon there are any tiny little scarab mummies buried in the desert? Question 9. Which singer had a 2000 hit with Rock DJ? Robbie Williams. What is he doing now? I haven't heard his name in like 10 years. Question 10. What is the most common collective noun for a group of monkeys? A troop of monkeys. Question 11. How many cards is each player dealt in a standard game of Go Fish? Six. Question 12. Budapest is the capital city of which country? Budapest is the capital of Hungary. Question 13. If I was heading east and turned 360 degrees, which direction would I then be heading? East, because I would have done a full circle and turned back the same way I was facing before. Question 14. What is the best-selling song by the band The Village People? YMCA, and they still play the YMCA at every single school disco that I've ever been to. I wonder if it will ever die out. Question 15. What is the name of the organised crime syndicates in Japan that are often compared to the mafia? Yakuza. Crime isn't cool, but Yakuza kind of is. Question 16. Which actor appeared in both the Harry Potter series of movies and Die Hard? Alan Rickman, who has such a legendary filmography. Question 17. Who was the first member to leave the band One Direction? Zayn Malik. Question 18. When you hold Shift and press the number 0 on a standard computer keyboard, what symbol do you get? You get a bracket or parentheses, specifically the right one. Question 19. In which sport would you be likely to hear the terms specky, ball up, and ruck? Australian rules football. Go Bombers. You can come in second or third last this season. I believe in you. Finally, question 20. Iron oxide is also known by which common word? Iron oxide. Iron oxide is rust. All right, that's it for the questions, but did you remember we were playing acrostic answers? I asked you to listen for the first letters of a sequence of answers to give you the name of a 2003 number one hit. Lock in what you think the answer is now. So starting at question 12, the answers were Hungary, East, YMCA, Yakuza, and Alan Rickman. Those answers spell out Hey Ya, the song by Outkast. What a good song. Give yourself 5 points if you got that right. Coming up in a moment, we have the stupidly, unbelievably hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is What Am I?, which we haven't done in a long time. See you in a moment for that. We're back, and it's time for the real thing that killed the dinosaurs. The really hard trivia question. Have I used that one before? I don't know. It's staying in. I've got a really hard question for you. You get 5 points if you can get this one right. Here it is. What word is this in Morse code? So in Morse code, what word was that? Here it is again, have another listen. Were you in World War I? Well, then you might know this one. I'm also very impressed that you know how to work a podcast. I'll play it 3 more times and then you can lock in your answer. So, is H, is A, is R, and is D, which means is HARD, hard. Give yourself points if you got that right. That's 5. Anyone else feel like a bit of a failure for not knowing Morse code for some reason? I definitely do. I'm kind of inspired to learn it, but I definitely never will. Anyway, with the Morse code hard question out of the way, we are up to the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is What Am I? This is very similar to Who Am I, but I'm not going to be a person, I'm going to be a thing. I'm going to give you 5 clues, with the first one being pretty difficult and the last one being pretty easy, and your job is to guess what I am. If you guess it in the first clue, you get 5 points. Second clue, 4 points, then 3, 2, and 1 point for the last clue. That's all there is to it. Guess what I am? What am I? Starting now. Clue number 1. I was originally created on the 10th of November 2001 and was produced until 2022. So you can have 1 guess per clue. Lock in a guess now for 5 points. Clue 2. Tony Fadell was one of my original creators, among other people who you might have heard of. While I was in creation, I had the codename Project P68. I use electricity and lead sales in the category that I belong to for basically my whole existence. Okay, clue 3 for 3 points. I had many variations throughout my lifespan, including Nano, Mini, Shuffle, and Touch. Clue 4 for 2 points. Steve Jobs had a large hand at creating me, and when I was first released, I was described as the 21st century Walkman. The first iteration of me had 5 gigabytes of storage, while the last iteration of me could have up to 256 gigabytes. I have a distinctive round set of buttons underneath my screen. Last clue for 1 point. I'm made by Apple and was used to play music, mainly MP3s. My name has become synonymous with MP3 players, but I've since been phased out and replaced with the iPhone. What am I? I am the iPod. I know we don't need them anymore, but I kind of miss iPods. They were so cool back in the day. I had my iPod Classic with all my songs, and it had the little quiz. You could quiz yourself on your own music. You can't do that on bloody Spotify. Also, when you shuffled, it was actually a shuffle, not like Spotify's pretend stupid shuffle that just plays the same, 5 artists over and over again. That's it, I'm getting an iPod. But rambling aside, that is the points done for this episode. Add what you got in that round to your total score, and that's your score for this episode. Find me wherever you can find me and send me a message with your name and score, and I'll give you a shout out at the end of the episode. This week, I've heard from Laura and James, who scored a 24.5 together. James and Christy played another episode and scored a 19.5. Laura and Josh scored a 17.5. The Tarawood Propagators scored a 21, and their rivals just edged them out by a 1.5 with a 22.5. That's the graphics department. Pat also told me his score in person, and I think I remember it. I'm pretty sure it was a 23. Sorry if I'm wrong. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next week with another episode of Raw and Score. Bye-bye.